Oh. Hello, everyone.
Hey.
This is the Talk It Out Show.
Yes, it is.
I'm here with Joanne, and I am Lydia, and we're getting ready to do our podcast. As you see, it's us again.
Again.
We like it to be us, I guess. Yes. Anyway, so I just wanted to give you my normal update for you guys this week, today, because in the same week. This is Joanne. I am Lydia. We are missing Valerie and Lauren. They'll be here next week. Gotta pray that they'll be here next week.
Pop in today a little bit sometime.
Yeah, Lauren might pop in, and that'll be great. And we gotta, move the camera around. So today we got our question off of Facebook. Somebody sent it in, and so Joan will be actually reading that. Again, if you see us, our real names are Shavante and Lenora. So if we slip up, you already know why. Yesterday, a couple of days ago, Joanne was talking about me very rudely, and we will get over that. We will get over that situation.
Yeah, you gotta watch it because it was not that way.
It was. She even did an announcement. See what I mean? She did all that. This is, just hurt my little feelings, and we've been praying about it, but we'll see how it works out today.
Alrighty.
So the Talking Out show has been out for probably 10 years?
Yeah.
At least 10 years we've been doing the Talking Out show in Portland, Oregon on the radio.
No. It's 2020, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we started GNC 2010. So
no, we started GNC 2000.
20 years.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, 10 years old. Never mind.
Remember, we didn't have.
It had to be.
We didn't have kids when we started GNC.
No,
you had no kids.
I know, and I did. And then
when we went to North Carolina, how you acted.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, but what happened is.
No, I'm just saying. So 2020 is when we started.
That's what I'm saying. So I think this might have been longer than 10 years.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So we don't know. And that is the truth. So that we had talked it out with you. And we don't know how long we've been doing the Talking Out show.
Yeah. Because I think it's longer than 10. But you're right.
Well, there we go. Longer than 10 years.
It's pretty crusty. Oh, let me see. It's got some stuff, evidence of things, So yeah. And this was.
I don't know what she just said, but we're gonna.
I said this book is old, and
I thought you were gonna come out with a date on the book.
This date here said 2012, but that was way later on. So I was just trying to find another indication because this is the old one, and then we had did this was even got us in the hundreds of shows. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. So we've been Okay, so we've been doing this for a long time. So this is actually good information. We need to do research to figure out when we started the Talking Out show. Joanne didn't even know when we started GNC, so that's just amazing to me. I did, but then I just, I was like, ooh. Because, I'm going by tens, and I was like, ooh, dang, that's a long time. And, we didn't have no kids back then. My son getting ready to be 16 on Monday. Mine just turned 17. Gave me a grandbaby. Mm-hmm. But, probably don't look it. Okay. Do I say so on the budget? I didn't bring no supplies. See, I told her to last night. Look at this bag. When we was doing our house party last night, I said, don't forget to bring supplies for 6 on the budget. You know what I got in mind? I'm looking right now. The yogurt. We're going to do something. There we go. Okay, so we're getting ready to start our show. Mm-hmm. We, of course, since we've been quarantined, do not start on time. Yes. So we're now literally about 45 minutes late. Thanks, Lydia. No. It has nothing to do with Lydia. Told you. Did you not believe me that she's bothering me? So she got her question. Yes. So we're going to start the radio podcast, and then we're going to go on to the question. And if we go over long, we're going to talk to you longer. Yeah. And then we also have a 15-minute one to do today as well. We're not listening to her because sometimes she thinks we listen to her. I don't know. It's amazing how that happens. Okay, so here we go. All right.
Welcome to the Talk It Out Show. I'm your host, Joanne. We would like to let you know that this show is for entertainment purposes only. If you want to look us up on Facebook or Twitter, go ahead and look us up, Talk It Out Show. And if you want to email us at talkitoutshow@gmail.com. Now, if you need to physically send any of your questions to us, you can still send it to our P.O. Box at P.O. Box 901043, Portland, Oregon 97290. All right. Well, it is Lydia and Joanne take over the show today.
Yeah.
It's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope Valerie's doing well and staying safe. And Lauren, she may pop in a little bit later, but she's not here right now. So we want to help a listener out there. Now, y'all, this is long and it is deep. So y'all going to listen to this and we got to see if we can help this person out because, woo, that's all I can say.
And before she starts, I just want to put a plug in that somebody just sent this to us that is from Facebook. Mm-hmm. So it's not a question to us. It is a question. I think that it was just out in the air on Facebook. So here we go.
Yeah. And sometimes things are said, just be careful. Entertainment purposes only.
Okay.
So this person says, backstory. My marriage is full of infidelity. When my wife and I were dating, we were exclusive, but when she was in the military, she willingly had sex with a fellow member, not a commanding officer, and tried to hide it until I found out years later. Then when we were finally together in person, she was emailing some guy. The contents of the emails were that she was always sending nudes and making plans to leave me for him. So when I found out after some unwelcome snooping, I confronted her and she said it was a sugar daddy she was trying to get money from. And she showed me communications on other platforms that confirmed it. But as far as I went on for at least 6 months at the time. And she never got a dime from him. So the sugar daddy didn't work out. There was no sugar from that daddy.
No sugar from daddy. Okay.
Yeah, we get married. With all that ringing in my mind, not checking out when logically examined, I cheated on her with someone I barely knew from work. It was a simple get my orgasm orally and thank you very much, and I'll see you around kind of deal. She found out only because I have an open door policy with all of my electronics at all times, and the person I used the person that I did that with messaged me when I was asleep and she responded. So my wife by now is furious, hurt, depressed, borderline suicide by this discovery. She stops cleaning, even though she's a stay-at-home wife, and I earn enough to pay mortgage bills and save a bit. She stops showering for days at a time. She stops having sex with me, even though our sex life before my infidelity was porn star levels. And she even stops cooking in any form. I started cooking all the meals. I end up catching her emotionally cheating on me with an online friend after I snoop into her things, and it's bad. She says things like, I love you with my whole heart. I don't love him anymore. I'm just using him for money until I can move out. And even I don't love him at all anymore. We have a big fight. She says she will stop. We still argue. She goes to visit her mom for weeks at a time. When she's back in my home, I eventually catch her making plans to go out and have sex with some other guy. I don't even know. Or she is very good at hiding. I tell her that this has to stop or we're over. She freaks out and tells me it's her privacy or the road. Then I agreed. This past week, I find inappropriate comments on a friend's online profile after some highly illegal snooping that I did. My question for you, how long does a petty woman need to exact her revenge before she's over a perceived slight? And am I just wasting my time with this person? Any advice is helpful.
Okay, well, I'm not saying you wasted your time. No, you wasted your time when you got married to her. I didn't understand why you married her. And then she got the nerve to get mad because you got oral sex? Yeah. And I'm not giving you the rights to have oral sex either. I'm not saying you had permission to do it because she cheated and all that, because you accepted all that. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, how you gonna be not showering and not cleaning as you a stay-at-home wife? You know what this reminds me of? She stopped cooking too. This reminds me, I wish Lauren was here, because this reminds me of that story in the Bible where that man married a prostitute and he kept having to buy his wife back over and over. That is you. You are you. I don't know, and I can't answer these questions because I don't know why you are with her. I don't get the concept of it. I don't understand what's mentally in. I mean, the moment she was cheating on you when she was
before they got married,
in the army, and then you came back. She came back and was starting to talk to some other guy, and then you decide with all that, let's get married.
Yeah, that's what tripped
That's
me
where
out.
that stupid song I don't like come on. We
Yeah,
get no younger,
we get no younger, we might as well do it.
That's the song. That's the song.
Let's
I
get
can't
married.
stand that song. I'm like, I wish somebody would say that to me. Well, you ain't getting married to me.
We just be some old people. Ain't having
that is not my proposal that you're gonna give me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But yeah, I don't have. Maybe Joanne can fill this in because literally, I'm trying to figure out why you even want to be with her, and why are you staying with her, and she has not been a person of character from the day one. I mean, from you said in the beginning, I don't know.
And you know what I was trying to think? I was trying to think about when you were talking about the story in the Bible, and I was like, well, even if it was something like that, similar, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, okay, people have the hoish tendencies sometimes, and
can't make no hoe in the housewife. And this is a proven fact.
Yeah, I guess
she done proved to you can't make a hoe into a housewife.
She's really not.
Because she's been from the beginning. There's no ifs, ands, or buts from the beginning.
It's just something.
And his one time, again, his little thing slobbed on the knob, and you gonna get upset.
Yeah, she was.
And not take a shower for a couple of days, don't want to cook, don't want to clean up, and you call the housewife.
He said she was a housewife, but she ain't nothing now.
Housewife go to work. Stop trying to hold yourself out there.
I don't know. And then it didn't get no money from the dude. How about he was a sugar daddy?
And I wonder if you missed some of that proof. I'm gonna tell you that.
I wonder if she has like a sex addiction.
Because he said they had porn star sex. So
I mean, he's saying that. Yeah, when they did it was that way. So and
that's what that was good sex.
So that's
probably why he can't let go.
Maybe
that porn star sex ain't no joke.
Yeah, and he even though he may not be getting it now, he just reminiscing.
He reminiscing because he ain't hearing nobody put it down like she did.
Yeah, because oh gosh, I seen something like that. Oh, I saw a meme like that the other day, and it was saying once you have that type of sex, you ain't gonna want the regular. What gonna make you mad?
He's like,
I think it's because
you can tell he wasn't even satisfied with the slob on the knob. He was like, slob on the knob. Thank you very much. Keep it kicking.
Because he's a man. I mean, at the end of the day.
He only did that to really revenge her. Right. I don't think he subconsciously knew that he was doing it to revenge her.
Yeah.
And now it backfired on him, and now he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, baby."
Really got way worse. I mean, and that's what I don't understand about people is why when someone does wrong, and then you do wrong, they act like, "Oh, you're wrong. It's so bad. It's way worse." So he's saying about.
It's usually vice versa, though. Yeah, it's usually a woman have issue,
and she's
so cool to see that as a man.
Yeah, I guess it is. That is kind of
interesting. It is. I mean, I'm not giving her a high five and saying it's really cool. To see it because you always see it the women.
Yeah, you usually see that.
You always hear the women going through it, but you never really hear about the men going through it. So I'm really appreciative that the men came out because you don't get to hear this conversation.
Yeah, I would say that I see it more than that's what this is to me like like it's rare that I actually get to have a question that's like that in the man, but I've actually seen it a lot. Let's just say that I've seen it a lot. For me, I don't know what it is. I'll be seeing these women with these guys, and these guys be good guys, and
that's why. And I'll be like, be good guys.
I'll be like, why did she just put him through that? And I'll be like.
Cause she
messing up a good guy. And I'll be like, oh no, this is not gonna be good. Because I've seen it. But
a lot of times when you see it, it's because I'm gonna just say a lot of times when you see it that way, the guy is not hitting it right in the bedroom, and the woman has to be hit right. You can't just be living the rest of your life with no good orgasms.
Yeah.
Like no orgasms at all. The only orgasm I'm gonna get is a clit. Oh no. I can't do this, and I don't want a toy if I'm married. I got a man, and I gotta rely on my toy to satisfy me.
But I mean, if you love the person, because this is what I say.
Nope.
Sometimes, listen, lady.
Nope.
Sometimes we all get older and things don't work the way they used to.
Okay, but that's when you get older.
I know.
Okay, baby, I'm just saying, most of these people that you talk about, and I guarantee you this person too, they young.
Oh yeah.
And my thing is, and I'm talking, and I'm not talking about young like 18 or early 20s. I'm talking about late 20s, 30s, and stuff like that. They young. I'm just saying. I remember my sister before she recently got married. She knew this guy. And we got to meet him and everything and all this other stuff. And he flew down here to visit her or whatever. But she was like, I don't want to get married to this person and know that I'm never going to have an orgasm. Because he wasn't good. And I was like, well, maybe he'll work on it now that you tell him about it. He'll work on it. And she's like, she just felt like she was too old to work on it. And I understood that. Like, normally I'm like, you don't want to mess up a good man over sex. Because sex is not the only part of the relationship, but it does release a lot of tension. It does.
It's very healthy for you.
Yes. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, so.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
So.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's hard though.
You want to have good sex. You just do. I mean, I know it's not the biggest thing. And I'm not saying you not laying it down on a girl. Because like you said, to get the porn star. So you have to learn to catch up with her to get the porn star. But. I don't know. You might just need to leave her.
Yeah,
you're just gonna have to leave her.
This. I mean, well,
and maybe if you leave her for a while, she'll want you back. That she'll behave right. But 90% that might not be working. So you only got 10%.
I think
that now it might work out for you.
You're right. You may be right in that situation, but it would have to. He would have to go, and then she had to come to that realization because what's going on and what's been happening. It's so much damage that's going on in you guys' relationship, and it's just built up, and it's just been going on, and back and forth type thing. Then she done left and was staying at her mom's house for weeks. It's like she's not even there now. And then when she came back, you said she tell him.
It's probably because he's begging her back. Yeah. Don't beg her back. Let her stay over there. Let her miss you.
Yes.
Let her miss you because right now she don't even believe that you. She gone like even though she over there with mom, that means I can have sex with whoever because we're on a break.
Yeah.
Because I left you. I'm on a break. To still do whatever. Leave her for good and let her miss you. Mm-hmm. Let her come back crawling like begging, baby. I will never, ever. Oh my goodness, I will because this year. But right now, I've made so many open promises to leave her or let her go, and you keep taking it back that she don't believe it.
Yeah, you're like that type of person. It seems like because
you're the
like
girl
I was saying,
in the relationship.
Yeah, like the girl, like what I keep seeing. We were talking about it the other day, kind of about how, men have baby mamas or whatever, and then they feel, that person's just going to be there because it's my baby mama. And they just feel like they're always there. They can always keep going back just because she had a baby. But what it is you're just always there. You're just as constant. And she can go off and do whatever. And she know you still right there, that constant. You still love her no matter what she's done. And she can come back. And it's like, and then she knows too, I can come back and do him dirty in his face. He's sitting here, we having conversations about I don't love him, I don't like him, I'm just using him for money, I'm just here, and you're still there. You haven't gone anywhere. You haven't said
that should have been the door to let you go right then and there.
You
ain't gonna be using me for no money. I don't care if you faking a line. You ain't gonna fake a lie again.
And then for her to even tell her, oh yeah, I'm using this guy as a sugar daddy, and you realize that she never got no money. You the sugar daddy too, because she never got no money from the guy. So she has there's something about the sex thing. There's something going on. Either she's addicted to sex or whatever, because she's going elsewhere for all this sex.
She's satisfied by him.
Maybe. So maybe he's satisfied by her, but she's not satisfied by him. That could be a deeper issue. And then the thing about it is the way she's.
It could be, because the only reason I say that, and I don't want to sound like over, because I know in you guys' head you go, well, men could do it that way and it's all right, and women. Yeah. No, but women are different than men, and I get in so many arguments with women because they tell me I'm wrong, but nobody has ever proven me wrong on it, so it doesn't. I haven't notice that I'm wrong yet. And I got the information from my mother, which probably got it from her mother. It just goes down this long generation. And literally nobody's ever proven it wrong. But a woman, just in case you guys don't know, has a vagina. So that means a man is entering into a woman, which enters into her soul. So unless she is emotionally detached from herself, when she has sex, she's emotionally attached to the person she's having sex with. So even the sex is not that good or whatever, is emotionally attached until you find little nits and bits or whatever the case may be. So we are inner. So we take things inner. So it's not that often you're going to get a woman that is just having sex to be having sex. You know what I mean? They usually, it's a reason why they crave it. So you don't get too many sex crave women. Now, don't get me wrong. There are sex crave women out there. But again, they're not either emotionally detached or they never even got in a relationship with them. So to be emotionally detached is they was raped, molested when they were younger, or they just have a really high sex drive and they haven't been committed to anybody. Those are usually one. But usually when a woman is in a relationship and gets married, she's emotionally attached to her man. So you got to figure out, has your woman been raped or molested, or is she just really a sex addict?
Right.
Because those are things that could be in play. But you don't really get a lot of women who's sex addicts when they have a man, especially if that man is going to lay it down every time she wants to do it. She's really going to be complete and satisfied. That means when she's horny, I don't care what time of day, especially if she's a housewife, she coming to your work, she coming down there to give you head and do all that stuff all up in your office, in the bathroom, down the street. That's just how she going to be.
Right.
Because that's who she is, because she has a high sex drive.
Right.
But she has a high sex drive for her husband.
Right.
Where a man is an outing. They can do it to almost anybody and never have an emotion. So a man's really emotion is when that woman can talk to his soul and they have a relationship. So there's a different kind of emotion. That's why it tells in the Bible, it says, men, love your wife. It doesn't tell the wife to love their man. Doesn't tell wife love your husband. You don't see that. Go look in the Bible and see if you can find where it says a woman to love her husband. It doesn't.
It's always submit.
Yeah, it says,
it don't say that.
And because women have a hard time submitting, we have to learn to submit to our husband. Because we can see something wrong and our husband's going to do the wrong thing, and then we looking at them like they're crazy, and we don't want to, I know you ain't making no sense, and I'm not going to go through that hell just because you ain't making no sense.
Right.
So that's how it goes. So do you get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, for her to have such a high sex drive, she's either one or the other.
Yeah.
Those are where her options are. So you have to wonder, am I laying it down? If you are having sex with her, the porn star sex that you're having with her, because you might be feeling this the best, and she might not feel that you're just as best, and that's why she's porn star, because she's trying to get that one feeling. And there's this orgasm that is like the most extreme orgasm. It's like doing a drug.
Yeah,
when you're high on crack or cocaine, heroin, meth, you know how people always say you're so high, and then but then you're trying to get the first high, and then you're always trying to reach for that same high. It's the same thing with a woman's vagina orgasm. A vaginal orgasm makes a woman the good one. Don't give me that G spot one and think you done laid it out. You ain't laid it out.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to learn something right here too. Let me tell you
that A spot orgasm. Hey, you get that A spot. When you hit that A spot orgasm, that woman's body is in another world.
Euphoria.
And it is just so great. And so she's craving it all the time. And
trying to get to that. Because it was like.
And a lot of women don't know about their bodies to know that there's A, B, C, D. Well, there ain't no B, but there's A or the A spot, the G spot, the C spot, the O spot. They don't know about all these different spots. And so when there's a man that hits those spots, she probably is trying to get you to hit them spots, and maybe you're not hitting them. Not saying that you're not making her come, but you're not making her reach the potential that her body wants to reach. It's that high that she's chasing. So I remember my first. I can remember.
It is like a drug. You can.
It is very much. I remember my first orgasm, vagina orgasm, and it was not. That's what I tell my daughter now. honey, you having sex right now? It's just a practice thing for a guy. It don't feel good. All my friends have lied to me, talking about, "Ooh, it's the best thing." And we in grade school and stuff. So then when I get to high school, I'm like, "Ooh, I'm about to," and then it was painful. And then I'm not even gonna go to the story because then you guys gonna be laughing and forgetting what I'm talking about. But the problem the issue that I have with it is that we don't reach vaginal orgasm easily. There are some people they do. They get that vaginal orgasm right away, and it's euphoria. A lot of times we have sex and we think it's good because it's with the guy that we love or we think we love, and our emotions connect. So it feels
like
good.
That what she just explained, just because that person entered into you.
Yeah, and it feels so good, and it just feels good. But then when you get that one, and I got it with my first husband. Crazy. Yeah, and it's a shame because I got it with my first husband. So then in my mind, I'm not even gonna lie, in my mind, I thought I can only get this when I'm with him. Because when you're married, it's beautiful in God's eyes. So my first orgasm, vaginal orgasm, was with my husband, and I was like this. My first husband. And I was like, oh my God, I want that. I mean, I went blind. I couldn't hear. My body was like, and that was like, woo. That was dynamite. And then you could go for some more over and over that night. So it's just like, yes. You know what I mean? And then, when me and him separated, which I thought was divorce or whatever, and I was reaching and I couldn't get it. And I was like, I have to be married again. To get this feeling. My mind, I told you, we all don't think alike. Just because we got the same body parts, same look alike, everything, we do not think alike. So if females don't think alike, female and males do not think alike. Right. And you have to keep that in your mind. So as you being a male, you thinking, I'm laying it down because she done squirted here, she done. But there's a body high one that she's probably trying to reach for. And there are many things you can look up on the computer and Google. And look up, because there's a lot of men that just research making a woman happy and satisfied, and it's a man teaching you and stuff like that. And I would suggest a lot of men go to that, especially men that don't love the vagina like they're supposed to. This would be the time to really research that and go to those classes and stuff, because my thing is, one, if you could get your woman to feel that pleasure right there, I don't think you can get her to go anywhere.
Yeah, she wouldn't go
nowhere. No. Even if she was a hoe, she wouldn't go anywhere because she was like, nobody's ever reached this potential in me in my life. She wouldn't go nowhere. Yeah. If she did go, she'd just like, let me see, just in case. No, can't get it. I'm not even gonna waste my time, because we are logical in that sense. Like, no, 2 + 2 gotta equal 4. 2 × 2 = 4. 2 + 2 = 4. This ain't adding up right, so I can't mess with you. So the best advice for me to tell you, because I'm gonna go all over the place, is
this is fine. No,
counseling.
You need to get some
go to counseling, and not just marriage counseling. I want you to go to marriage counseling, but I want you also to go to sex counseling, because marriage counseling will help you deal with the marriage. Sex counseling will help if that's where her issue is, and to rely on that and to get you guys to be bonded together. Because I wanted to be a sex counselor. I just didn't want to go to school for it. It's amazing because I'm in school now. But I didn't want to go to school for that. I wanted to be a sex counselor because I wanted to be free, where you understand.
I'm trying to research that stuff a little bit more, because I've been talking about that lately, and it seemed like, I don't know, it seemed weird, because when I was talking about it recently, it felt like prostitution. And I was like, how do you ain't gotta have sex with the person. I mean, you can make a person feel good about themselves, yes. But I think it's bad because sometimes men are not being satisfied by their wife, or they're just not, or then a lot of it's emotional thing. It's like maybe because she's not, how we need to pump the ego up when we don't do it a lot or whatever. A lot of times they want to actually talk to somebody or want someone to make them feel good. Well, I was like, well, okay, I get that, but if you make if I was a sex therapist and that don't mean you got to do something with the person.
What are you talking about?
I heard her recently that they do stuff with people, and that's prostitution to me.
No, that's just somebody want to make sure they can have sex. And girl, no.
That's what I was saying.
That's not no.
That's why I was trying to ask, because I was like, that don't even sound
okay, because there's different levels. And where that is, and where supposedly that is supposed to be. I think I know too much about sex.
Okay, she does. Because I mean, she's talking about the different levels, and I'm like, how you
no, because
I'm talking about. You're scaring me.
No, because the reason they're doing that is because sometimes it's better to see. And sometimes they'll send you home with homework, and then they'll be like, well, I don't know how to do it. And what they're not supposed to do is really be having sex with you.
Right.
They just get you in a position. So they'll put the girl in this position, make her lift up, and tell the man how to angle it.
Yeah.
But if the person is actually having sex, you're still not seeing how to angle it. You're just seeing how this person is satisfying your wife or your man without you.
Oh.
And then but people do that. Yeah. But I had a friend that did a sex class years ago, and what she did is she had different couples, and they would be in this cubicle. I don't know how to explain. It's like a body cubicle.
Okay.
So the sex therapist person would be in the middle.
You can hear them?
No, because the sex therapist person can see everything.
Oh, she can see everything. Okay.
But the people next to you can't see you. Okay. So then she would tell them do whatever her instructions were. Yeah. She would do to and heighten their sexuality. Yeah. To show that it's that you can do these different things that can enhance a woman's body or a man's body, because we just think like a man gets enhanced by his penis, but she had him not only other stuff. Yes, and how I remember she was telling me, didn't get to go to that class because I didn't have a man at the time. I was kind of mad, like I couldn't be sitting next to her or watch. Where you can make a man come by just playing with his balls. Yeah. And it was a technique. It was like no sucking. It was just little tantalizing thing, not a full grip on. It was really emotional, and the men were like even shocked, like what the hell? And the women was like, wow, And I was like, I want to be there, and she was like, you can't go. I was like, I can't be like a guest speaker. She's like, what are you going to talk about? I don't know, but I do want to see that.
Oh no. But so they just went all downhill.
It did.
So this is Lydia. It was the Lydia show. Not you, sex on the budget.
That's how it comes. But the whole thing is, there are different levels of sex therapists, and I'm not telling you to go to any of those ones that I told you about. Just a regular sex therapist that will give you assignments to go home with.
That will help you guys.
That will help you guys, and also this way you guys can have a free conversation in a free zone where you're not attacking each other. Because even if she says he's not good, that's going to hurt your inner man, and then you're not going to be happy. So this way it will explain, because what we don't understand is some men they get a woman, and that one woman, like I told you earlier, that not today but the last shows, they're easy to satisfy. So you think you put it down, and she was just easy to have orgasm. Where it'll show a sex therapist will not demean either one of y'all, but make you guys more compatible to uprise the relationship.
And this is making me think about what you're making me look at the question a little differently in the story and what he was saying, and it made me think that you could very well be on the right track with this, because of the fact that he's just in his mindset of I provide, I pay the bills, I provide this, but there's way more to relationships than that. And if you just feel, you're just supposed to be happy because I'm providing this lifestyle for you and I make the bills,
See, relationship with my kids, because I'm gonna talk to them about everything, because my thing is, even to my boys, I'm thinking you gonna need to satisfy your wife. You gonna get married and you're gonna want to need to satisfy her wife. And that's what I always say, and I need to come up with another verbiage of how to say it, but I always say a man needs to love that woman's vagina, because you need to know everything. You think you sticking it in and you hitting this wall over here, and not knowing that she has all these other parts. And women need to start teaching their daughters, you got more than just a G spot and a clit. You got all these other spots too that can tantalize and make it explosive. And you don't have to have sex for 18 hours to reach that explosive. You can have sex for 10 minutes and it be you felt like you worked for 18 hours. And so people always talk about, oh yeah, we had sex all night long. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not one of those people that want to do it all night long. I just want you to get it and make me all over the place.
People need sleep.
Yeah, but when you're younger, you might want to do it 20 times a day, and that's fine. But I don't want to do 20 times a day in that one session in our life. I want to be like, you know what? And Joanna tell you, I'll be right back. Me and my husband out there. Yeah. Girl, watch some TV. I'll be right back. And those are the exciting. Our body should not be such a secret. And people act like saying pussy, vagina.
That's why people got issues, because ain't nobody talking about none of this stuff.
But it's always tended back in the day. So now they even teaching kids, it's your cookie, that's your candy, that's your chicken. It's color crayon. No, it's sex. It's a pussy, it's a vagina, it's a whatever you want to call it. You tell them every name that it is, every name that a man thing is, and this is what it is. And when you get older, you might want to learn. I remember people go, I can't believe, when I was younger, I believe you just are so into pornos. You're just into pornos. It wasn't I was into pornos because it made me hot or horny. I was into pornos because I needed to know how to have sex, and my mom wasn't going to go and say, come here, Lydia. When I get on my husband, I do it like this. And then you're like, you know why I do it like this instead of this like this? No, you don't have those conversations. And a man can't tell me what to do. Just like a man can't, man can't tell me what to do. Just like I can't tell a man to do it.
Watching the pornos for the same reason too.
Yes. And they might get hot in the morning. Man can't tell me what to do. Just like I can't tell a man to do it.
Watching the pornos for the same reason too.
Yes. And they might get hot in the morning watching it.
But they are trying to learn too. They really are.
I'm going to tell you right now, I would not be who I am today if I did not watch it. And I'm not advertising that everybody watches it. I'm just saying I watched it because I needed to learn.
And you need to tell people that because people need to understand that. A lot of times people be like, oh, there's just this horrible thing. Like, you watch pornos and it opens the door, this. No, that doesn't mean that. And we know that's not the case.
There's going to always some people do have that. But now that I know stuff, and I'm not saying I know everything, I don't need to watch pornos like I did when I was younger. I don't watch pornos like I did when I was younger. Matter of fact, I don't even have a porno in the house anymore.
Only time I watch anything, and that's why I think it's hard, because that's why I was just thinking about this the other day. I'm not even joking. Like say you're on your phone, because our phones are like, they're computers, so if you Google something or whatever, and then you know how you can see the history or whatever. But sometimes you have to, they'll be like, oh, you're looking at porn, or you're looking at this. But a lot of times you gotta look up stuff to understand things. And just like Lydia says, we are all different. Our bodies are all different.
It is.
So that means that, like she had just said, there may be one woman who can reach an orgasm easily, or one that cannot. So if I look up something that maybe I'm having a hard time, I'm one of those people that ain't got no orgasm or whatever, and I'm trying to figure out. So then we're gonna be like, oh, you looking up this? Well, I need to learn. I'm an adult. What is wrong? So then you want to sit there. That's what's the problem. Society will go, oh, you're looking into this. This is my thing. Society, these people out here is doing unheard of things.
Trying to read something that they can't read.
Stuff. And it's been going around for years and years and years, but it's people always, I'd rather be open and try to figure out what I'm trying to do, because this is my thing is, like she's saying, giving this advice to this man. It could save his relationship if he just sit there and actually switch his mindset and go, okay, let me try to figure out, let me stop and try to talk to her and see what she wants. Why is she not happy? If I'm not satisfied, don't get in my feelings. See, if I'm not satisfying her, and I go, okay, let me just, deal with that. And then try to go the next step. Like she said, go get a counseling or do what you need to do to try to see if you can say, if you can't, you can't.
Yeah.
But the thing is, too, also, men are always wanting to be this, I gotta be this provider, I gotta be this provider. They're like that. I mean, my kids, my one child dad, I just feel, and I think it's his culture or whatever, it's like they don't, sex is not for, to me, they get immediately a little pregnant, that's it. But the sex is not for they take the time to please the person that they are with. or make the time to learn the person that they're with, and learn their bodies and the things that excite them, and then pay attention to do what they need to do. They just go, oh, it's a procreating and this and that, and they just move on. And if you have a kid, then I provide a place for them to live and some food and this and that, and that's it. That's that old mindset. To me, it's like, oh, I need to be a provider. Okay, that's it. There's way more to the person. If you love that person, and in this situation, I can tell you to love her because you keep putting up with all this stuff that she's doing, because she's doing a lot. So my thing is, if you love her, if she's be honest and she says, hey, look, you ain't doing it right, say, get out your feelings, bro. Just get out your feelings and try to see if there's something, if you want to say it.
But I wouldn't go that route. I wouldn't want her to say that, because once she says it, it's a damaging thing. You know, they always say, sticks and stones might break my bone, words will never hurt. That's a lie. Once she says it, it's a damaging thing. You know, they always say, sticks and stones might break my bone, words will never hurt. That's a lie. Words do.
They hurt.
And they stay forever.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I say go to marriage counseling and go to
sex counseling. Yes.
You need to go to those things. Those are things that you need to go to. If you don't,
she could say it in those safe environments.
Because the sex therapist will
do one-on-one.
No, the sex therapist will say it in the correct form.
Yeah, in the way
where it's non-judgmental, not hurtful, and it's more understanding. More that she needs you to explore down inner soul of her, and there's this other spot. There's a button. There's a button that needs to be pressed that you're close to pressing, but you're not there yet.
Yeah.
You know, they say it in such a term that it works out. But marriage counseling, they will say incorrect because they're not thinking sensitive. You can't just say what you want to say. Yeah. Like we just saying it, you might not be hitting it. But the sex therapist will say it in the correct form and make it where she's now understanding her body and you're now understanding your body and her body. And then you guys put it together and there'll be an ocean of love. I think I said that correct. So,
and we're gonna this way.
Yeah. There you go.
That good?
Yeah.
That's cool. So she's joined us and kind of give, because that was it was a long. But this person is in a relationship. They basically started off even before they got married with infidelity. The woman was having sex with somebody. She was in the military. But basically, there's a lot of infidelity going on. But he still married her. And then they just kind of had this thing going where they've had a lot of this infidelity, but then he ended up going off and getting oral by a coworker or whatever. And so when his wife found out, she got depressed. Now, mind you, she's been sleeping with everybody.
Before they got married, during the marriage,
right? But as soon as she found out that he went off and got oral, then she just got depressed. Stopped cooking, stopped cleaning, and she just stayed home. She didn't take a bath, no that. She stopped everything.
They didn't have sex.
Nothing. So and I guess their sex when they do is like really, really great porn star level, very crazy sex. Yeah. So she stopped everything just because she found out that he ended up having that done. So she ended up leaving. Like she was, I want to leave. She's had all these different people that she went with. She went off and staying with her mom, been like for 2 weeks at a time, come back. And so she's still talking with other people and saying that she's only staying with him for money and but she wants to leave him. She don't like him. This, that. So he's trying to figure out what he needs to do. And
I said Jesus was telling us the story about the Bible because that's what it sounds like. He keeps going back.
Like that prostitute is like, that's what it seems like, But we kind of went into a deeper level of trying to figure out, because he was saying that he provides. Like he's like, she's staying home. And I'll pay the bills, this and that. But then when she found out about that, she stopped doing everything. Now he even got to cook because she won't cook no more. She won't do nothing. So she ain't do nothing. So it's like
she mad.
and is she mad? Like what they said, you've been sleeping with all these different people, and you find out he had oral sex, and you just said, "Oh no, this is horrible," and got suicidal, depressed. He said everything from that. But like she said too. He's put up with all that for so long, and then if you stop having it, I mean, what you supposed to do? I mean, he is a man. I mean, you got mad because he did that one thing, and then now, but it's almost like to me, it's an excuse for her to go off
Yeah, because now she's seeing guys again.
Yeah, because of
that's when he said to her, when she said, I forgot what she said. I was all talking. That's when she got mad and was telling the guy that I'm only with my husband for money and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what we're saying is we're looking at it in all different ways. I mean, he could be in a situation where it could just be done. Could be done like it just ain't no work, ain't no help. Because he's trying to figure like, when is this time up for this woman to? She's seeking revenge for that, and it's like when is she gonna stop being petty? Blah blah blah. But you can tell she didn't say it. I don't love him. I don't want to. I'm using him for money, this that, and so I can get somewhere. But like we said, it could be the sex thing because, like I said, she may be a sex addict. She may be, having sex with all these people because that's what she liked. And like Lydia said, he may not be hitting it, even though he said it was porn star level. It could have been porn star level for him.
Some people are just cheaters by nature. That's what they are. That's what they do. They've never been with one person and one person continuously. And you gotta have to understand that dynamic because that's something that happens.
Yeah.
And now with him, it's up to what he wants to take. I mean, if he wants to wait, he waits. If he doesn't want to wait, then he doesn't. It's what's inside their type of relationship. Even if even if people are not hitting it and all that stuff, love making is more than just the sexual act itself. It's the love between each other, right. And I don't think right now that they have that love and respect for each other.
No,
and I don't think they probably never had it.
Well, he may have loved her, and then she just was doing
and that's the case. And if you do, I mean, that's what they're gonna. That's his life. I mean, that's something that he chose. That's something that he has to do. Clearly, if she's gone and she's been with somebody else, and I mean, it's no different than when a man does it. I mean, goes with a woman, the woman's there for the time, and the man cheats all day long, and then the woman decides that she just kisses another man because she's lonely or whatever, and then that man has a complete fit, like she's did really something really bad. It's the same scenario, just opposite.
Right. Exactly.
So it's up to, and like I said, it's up to him if he wants to continue that. And she's not doing anything, and in the marriage at all, then I mean, but sometimes, like I said, marriage is not 50-50. Sometimes it's 100-0.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 90-10. It all depends. So it's up to him as what he wants to take. But we can give him the advice, but we don't have the love that he has for her.
Right.
So we can say, I mean, everybody probably in the audience will say, leave her, go on, yo.
I start off with that.
You probably.
Lauren, I wanted to ask you something because Lydia had said something at one particular point where she was saying that it was that, marriage is not always about sex, but sex is very important. And I kind of wanted to know, because I'm not the married person here, but I wanted to kind of know your view on that. What do you think about that? Do you feel like sex is, even though it's not everything in every part of a relationship, but it is, she's saying that it is important because if you don't, you don't want to be married to somebody and know I'm not going to be sexually satisfied. You know what I mean?
I also want to put out there, when somebody leaves you for, and they had sex with another person, please, and I mean this with all seriousness, 99.9999999 has nothing to do with you and your sexual performance. It all has to do with them and their own ego and their own selfishness. Usually that's what gravitates a person because, see, it's the same thing with anything. Yes, and I'm not going to say that everybody has a great sex life. No, that might not be. But when you're committed to a marriage, those things are normally should be talked about and talked to and all that kind of stuff. But the love, the love and the commitment and everything else, there's so much more to marriage than that part. Yes, it is important because when the day is done, that's when you guys unite with each other and enjoy each other.
Yeah.
But home, the bills and futures and all that kind of stuff. It has a lot to play in it. And when a man or a woman cheats on you, everybody wants to look at you and say, well, what did you, and you might not be pleased. And it has nothing to do with you. 99.9% has nothing to do with you. Somebody else just stroked their ego. And mostly ego is the main thing why people go out. That's the main reason why she's out there. Somebody he's not with you. It's exciting. He's new and he's going to tell her things, and she can be somebody that she's not at home. She knows she ain't all that and some chips. But to these other people, she can be all that and some chips, and it's just he just loves me because of this, and I'm used to this, and all that. But it's ego, it's attention from someone else. It has nothing to do with your performance. It has something to do with her ego and her low self-esteem and her low self-worth. And you got to understand that, because a lot of people take it as an inner defeat inside yourself, like, oh, the reason they cheated is because I'm not where I'm supposed to be, or I'm not. I put on some weight, or I lost a breast, or stuff like that. Hell to the no. It ain't all about that. It's their own ego. Because let me tell you something. I mean, that ego means that they're shallow. They're this. They're not in there for the long haul. It's a selfish act. I want to cheat with this person and blah blah blah. And then instead of saying, yeah, I cheated, it was because you didn't do this and that and the other. Hell to the no. You don't own it. Don't accept it.
I don't think that was ever into the conversation that way. But I don't think it's a 99.9 point either. But
I do think
I think it's more. I mean, I agree with what you're saying completely.
If somebody marries you, if somebody says I do to you, they already know what they're getting.
No, they don't. That's a lie. I just said that earlier. People have sex and then they get married and then they stop. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. No, not biblical, not in any form. It should never be that way. And he'd even tell you, your body is not yours. If your husband wants you, if your wife wants you, you need to give it to him. Okay, it says all that. So my thing is but that's not even this part.
But in this area, are you saying that she's having sex with everybody but him? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying. I was giving different ways. I
was talking about this specific.
We still talking about the same person. Okay. I'm just giving. We don't know her side of the story. We don't know. I told you my first step was to leave. Then I came up with she might have been raped, molested, because those play a part on people either not having sex or they go to the whole extreme of having too much sex for no reason, because they're lost an inner piece of them. I went to a woman that's on the inner side. We get entered in, so we're emotionally attached, to where a man is on the outside, so they don't get, for some reason in here, she's not emotionally. We went through the whole form of everything. I'm just saying, I agree with what you're saying, but it's not 99%. Sex does play a part into it. And I think if it didn't, it wouldn't have that in the Bible either. So I do think it's play a part. I don't know what her situation is. And that's why I said, if you're going to stay with her, you need to take marriage counseling and sex counseling to figure out what's going on. Because even if she might have some chemically off balance or whatever it is, where she's craving it overly abundantly, then that's what it is. If the marriage counseling, and I do pray that you can afford to do personal counseling. If you just need like your ego stroke, like Lauren said, definitely you need counseling for that. That's if he wants to stay with her. He has a choice that he don't have to stay with her.
Right. No, I understand that. What I'm saying is the root to all of that. Yeah. What you're talking about, the outcome. Yeah. You're talking about the outcome of what is that.
No, the whole thing.
But what I'm saying is that the root of it is, like I'm saying, nobody really knows that. Those are what Lydia's saying. She needs to figure out what those things is. What I'm saying is it's a selfish and egotistical act to go ahead and cheat. I don't care, and I don't care what the thing is when you say I do and all that kind of stuff, and I understand all that, but whatever the reason is, you don't wash the dishes or you don't want to do that, so therefore I'm going out here to get somebody else. And so I'm like, what is it? Is it my sex? No, has nothing to do with you. I'm saying for a person to go outside that marriage and do this, that is their decision. Their total decision.
Yes, I agree. It is their decision. It is.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not arguing.
And I don't feel that the person that because because that person is doing that should automatically say, "What did I do?" I don't think
nobody said that.
Well, that's all I was saying. You're saying no, and I said 99.9%. You said no, it isn't. There is
no. You said 99.9% that sex. That's how much it's an ego, and I'm like, sex. It does play a big part. It doesn't take the whole part. It's like a good 20-30% that people should be having sex.
No, I wasn't talking about that.
Okay.
We're talking two different things. I'm saying for her to go outside, this 99.9%, all of her is or all of him, whoever is cheating. That's their decision. 99.9, and if there's that little 0.0001%, so and so did something, then I'm saying it's still a selfish, egotistical act because they didn't have the fortitude to go back to the person and talk to that person first. If it's sex, if it's this and this, they should have given the other person the right to know what it is. That's all I was saying.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, you guys. Okay. Well, hopefully we help somebody out. We went all over the place. We thank you so much for listening and talking to us. We'll see you next time on the Talking House Show.
And what I'm saying, okay, I get what you're saying on it, but I do believe that sometimes certain things, and that's why I think it's in the Bible, that it is very necessary for the sex to be there. And I don't think it's really a 99 because things.
What did you hear me say? Because you're still repeating the same thing that you're saying, but you're not answering. You're
saying it's an ego thing all the way through. And
tell me what you understand. What's an ego thing?
Then we went outside the marriage to have sex.
Okay. Yeah. And then you're saying that it's not necessarily a legal thing. They're doing it because of what?
No, I'm saying it's not necessarily 99.99.
What is it for? What is it for? For them to go outside their marriage and have sex. What is it? What is it? What is the other 30? What's the 30%?
He may not be hitting it right.
I think it's not just hitting right. I just think it could. Okay, for a person to cheat. They're not getting something at home. Not all the time. Some people are just plain cheater. Some people are just curious. Some people, and I do believe those are the egotistical. I think the numbers is off. That's all I'm arguing is I think the numbers is off. Because I do believe if you in a sexless marriage, if you in that, it no longer means, and you can talk all you want. You can talk all you want. If a woman don't want to have, I would just say for me, if I don't want to have sex, I don't care what you tell me. I don't care what you tell me. You can be like, but I really, really need it. Well, go in the room and use your hand. That's just me. I don't care what you. My mind saying no sex if I'm not in the mood. You like having hot flashes and stuff like that. Right. If you want to have sex, are you gonna have sex just because he wants to? No, we just don't. And I'm sorry, a man needs to be satisfied. It says it in the Bible. That was one of the things you said about your brother. You were like, he said to you, I don't ever have to go because we thought he was going to cheat in his marriage. He said, I don't have to ever cheat because no matter what, she always satisfies that. She can be mad as heck at me, but she will give it to me. And then he said, I don't have to cheat. And I said, and we even said, me and you discussed it. That's biblical. She's doing biblical. And they ain't even walking the biblical, but that's what it's in there for that reason because it's something that needs to be settled. It's something that heals your body. It's something that gives you the energy. It does everything. That's what they said. You can do almost every exercise in the world, but when you have sex, that's one of the best exercises that burns the most calories, that does everything. It's something about it. You have sex and you get a good orgasm, it releases headaches. It does a lot of different things. So you're saying that, and all I'm saying is I don't believe it's 99. It could be 90. But I don't believe it's 99.9. That's all I was saying. I'm not arguing about everything else you say. No, I don't think it's all ego because sometimes somebody is lacking in there and then you don't want them to cheat, but you don't want to satisfy them either. I don't want you to cheat, but you ain't getting enough from me either. And I think that's wrong. Yeah. And I don't think that's egotistical. Why isn't it the person that's not giving it being egotistical? It's all about me when I want it, when I don't want it. Why is it just the person that's cheating? And that's what I'm saying. I think that's unfair.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Like I said, everything else I agree. I just don't agree with the percentage amount when there's so many people that are not willing to give it up, but then don't want get mad if somebody cheats.
No, I agree with that. No, okay. Wait, well, I agree. I still say that it's. I still say that it's.
But the person that's not giving it up. So
so
what's the person that's not giving it up? Who?
No, then it's her, that
that's egotistical.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so it's both egotistical.
And for somebody to cheat, there is a large percentage of no communication. Somebody's selfish. Nobody's something, and that's what I'm saying. That's where the problem lies when you go all the way back. I don't care whose fault it is. I'm not just talking about the cheater. I'm talking about the
people don't know how to communicate.
That's true. So therefore, your selfishness, your egotistical thing, your ego. So you're not getting pleased at home, and so somebody else comes up there and talks to you, so that you want to go that way. Okay, but wait a minute. And then the person that's holding it back from you is saying, well, how dare you? Both of you are selfish. Both of you are wrong, because what you're supposed to have done, no matter what the thing is come straight back together and try to work those problems out with each other, which I agree with your counseling, your sex counseling, your this and that and the other. Nobody is supposed to be getting these other people involved, because now you got a whole village out there. Everybody's messed up. This one, all because of two people that have no sense of communication to bring back what they have told to God, that they're going to put union together and keep it together. But they got some excuses why they are not doing this. She ain't doing, he ain't doing, all that. But none of them is coming together. And like I said, that's selfishness, and that is a high percentage. Most of the other one is because of disability. I agree with disability, where your person can't and all that. But if you two able-bodied people, I don't care what the reason is. I think you can go together and discuss it, instead of adding all these other people into it that just messes up everybody's lives.
I agree with you on that, but I also say that because if you don't know how to communicate, it's hard to do. I know people, period, that don't feel free or open to talk about sex.
Then they should go to that therapist.
Exactly, but then you got to get the other person to go. That's what I said so many times. There's people bumping. We are saying what people should do, but it's easy to say it and people not doing it. Like, I can sit here and say, okay, Lauren, I want to go to counseling. You can go. I don't want to. But we need counseling. But I don't want to. I don't see why we need counseling. But this is and that's a lot of times what happens.
That's what I'm saying.
I get what, but I'm saying, when you're talking and explaining it, which I've told you a lot of times, sometimes it just sounds like you're one mind process, like nothing else can happen to destroy that area.
Well, I'm just gonna still say that. Okay. Is that I'm just saying what you just said is there's an excuse why, but the main reason behind that was the inability to communicate to the spouse that you said I do too, and that's what I'm saying. As a recipient on one side of the coin, like I said, I won't want to own up to, well, I guess it was my fault. That's why it went for this one to that one to this one to this one to that one, because
nobody was giving anybody an excuse in that area. I'm just saying, and logically, there's these different patterns of why somebody did that. Even like when my first husband cheated on me, at first my mind just stayed there. Later on, being by myself and processing and seeing, I could see what I did, not giving him an excuse to cheat, but I could see what I did to make a person not feel inadequate. Whatever the word is.
Inadequate.
Yeah, so
adequate.
Yeah, to do what they need to do. And I never gave him the okay to go, I see why you cheated. And I still would never want to be his friend because you broke that bond. But I can see, so when I got married to the husband I'm married to now, and I saw my reaction doing the same thing, it said, ooh, remember you saw that, so you said no. So then I backed out of doing that because I can understand there's certain things you can just pressure somebody. Right. I'm not ever giving permission, right. And I'm not ever saying I've never been cheated on, but I also know what I did to take part in that might have got him to cheat, but at the same time, I'm not giving him. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying that there's things, and people don't have the sometimes ability to talk because we have never learned it. And that's what I said even earlier when we were talking about it. I said the reason I was so into watching porn when I was younger is because there was no way my mother was gonna come. Okay, Lydia, sex class 101. You want to do it this way and this way. These are things you want. This is about your body part. Did you know you got this many holes? Did you know this? No, you don't do that. So I wanted to watch sex because I wanted to know how to do it. I wanted to learn what to do because I didn't know because these things are not talked about, especially back in the day. So if you're older, your parents never talked to you about sex. You have a friend where her mom didn't know how she kept getting pregnant. I remember she told the story. Like, you didn't know? It finally kicked in there. Oh, every time we do this, I pop up pregnant. Oh, okay. Her mom didn't know because it's such a conversation that is, yeah. So people don't know how. So just because you get married doesn't go, ta-da. Mm-hmm. I now know how to communicate about these things when it was never communicated.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying is why everything can't be just black and white sometimes.
It can't. Yeah. I hear what you're saying. I just don't. And you're right about that. They should be this and the other. But I definitely agree. There's no but to that. I agree with that.
There's no but to that.
No, there's no but to that. I don't want to say I agree, but no, there's no but.
Uh-huh.
I was going to try to find something else, but I was looking for something else.
Okay. I got my glasses back on.
What are these?
Those are waffle graham crackers.
Huh? Maple graham.
Yeah.
Waffles. Oh, waffles. Okay.
They call them waffle, but
and what is this? Aspirin? Fast release? What is this?
I'm brother, so
is it aspirin? Is powder form?
It's powder.
Oh, really?
It's fine. It's a pain reliever. So.
Oh.
We use it a lot.
You put it in water?
No, you could probably, but we just do it and then shoot water down after it.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to swallow a pill.
Right. Good.
Okay. Does it have for allergy? Oh, it says these are the warnings. Wow. That's going to have a lot of bad effects. Oh, I didn't know that. Stomach bleeding. Oh.
That's what that causes?
Oh, it's aspirin.
Yeah. Just, reactions, which includes facial swelling, shock, asthma, wheezing, okay, stomach bleeding warning, product contains, what is it, Nasic with, okay. But these are all, the aspirin, I think all aspirins probably do the same.
Mm-hmm.
Caffeine. Well, this is actually doctor before using. You don't have any problem with aspirin, do you?
No, you don't really took aspirin because I didn't think they were.
What is all that? Oh, you got yogurt?
Yeah.
And what's that?
I was giving all the hours to people. Antonio was saying no and stuff like that. So all my stuff ate up. Yeah, all I have some cheese. No cheese?
No.
Yeah, I got some carrots and then strawberry yogurt, low fat. But
No fun. I had I had coffee, 2 cups of coffee, and 2 toasts with peanut butter. Well, I gotta write that down. Peanut butter and jelly. Yeah.
You found it?
this one is not that one. Y'all be arguing on this one. I don't think this is good. It's like, so I was like, ooh.
Like I tell you guys, me and Lauren, we battle all the time. This is what we do.
Maybe just going on doing this business. I said really just want to be in people.
Lydia just want to be mean.
Lydia just want to be in people.
I haven't even been mean today. Lauren,
you know why you know me? You know why?
Why?
Because you're talking about sex. That's why. See what makes her happy.
Yes. Okay, are you ready?
No.
Attitude, I don't know you guys can see it because I see it. So we have to do a 15-minute one. So 15-minute one because we only have a 15-minute show on. That's it. You can ask Lauren. Lauren, how long have we been doing the Talk Loud show? Me and Joanne do not know.
We've been doing it since 2012.
Right. 2012.
That was right.
Yeah, so 8 years. 8 years. We have been doing it for 8 years. And we started off, like I told you guys, on Who's for Who. I'm going to actually put that on here one day. I can only find one that we did it too good.
Hey, you found one on that gave you.
No, I mean, I've only found one that's edited.
That was done. Oh.
But I have to get on her computer, which is, I'm going to figure out a way. These Apple computers don't play. But I have to get on her computer, which is, I'm going to figure out a way. These Apple computers don't play. So I don't know how to get to it because it needs to be updated, but we don't know the password and we want to change it.
The ones you change it?
Well, you can change it, but it's not going to give you the, like if I put in my password, it's going to give me my stuff, but it goes under somebody else's password. So I don't know how to get to it. I wonder if I could just come up with a name and just type it into it.
This will be interesting because I remember what you guys said back then. I want to see what you guys say now.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yes, I am.
Okay, we are getting ready to go, you guys. Let's see how we do. And remember, don't forget to subscribe, like, and push that bell. Look at things every time we pop up. You get us. And here we go.
Up on Facebook or Twitter, go ahead and look us up on Talk It Out Show. And if you want to email us any of your questions, go ahead and email us at talkitoutshow@gmail.com. Now, if you need to physically send any of your questions to us, you can go ahead and send it to our P.O. Box at P.O. Box 901043, Portland, Oregon 97290. All right, well, as you know, I have my panel of the lovely ladies. I'm going to introduce our lovely ladies to you. We have Lydia.
Hello, everyone.
And we have our lovely Lauren.
Hello, everyone.
All right, you guys. It's so good to have you guys here. And we're going to help one of our listeners out there. This one says, Dear, they just love Lydia. It says, Dear Lydia and ladies. All right. So it says, I've been living in a shared apartment for the last 6 months or so with 3 other roommates. All of them are male. I'm a female. 2 of them frequently bring women back to the house. And that's cool. Do your thing. I'm not no prude or nothing. It's none of my business. However, I really don't want to hear heavy moaning and panting as if 2 elephants are right outside my door knocking the boots. The are paper thin. So I try to be sensitive in that regard. I'm also trying not to judge because I know there were some times when I was getting it on that I could hit some riot notes, you know. So I know that sometimes when it's that good, you just gotta let it loose. But mind you, I was alone in a space with someone, or I was sure there was no one around to me. As I'm running to you now at 2 in the morning, I can hear some chicks wheeling and screeching. Maybe I'm being salty because I've been celibate for the last year, my choice, but hey, that doesn't mean the urge went away. But still, am I just being a butt, or should they be a little considerate towards the fact that they live with other people that might not want to hear how they get down all the time? While I don't necessarily want to say anything to them, I thought about maybe leaving a humorous note or something that applauded them for their sexual conquest, while asking them to turn the volume down a little bit. What do you think? Moving is not an option until I get my financial situation in order, so I can get my own space. So until then, do I just deal with it, or should I speak up about it in this way? Thank you.
Just deal with it. You didn't care when you was getting yours. And even though you might have respected not to have everybody around because it was your voice doing the squilling, hitting the Mariah Carey notes, you didn't care if they was doing it back then. I know they just didn't pop up and decide to do it. And that's one of the consequences of living with male roommates anyway. So deal with it. Don't like it, then once you get your money settled, you can then move out. But literally, you don't need to say nothing, not a humorous joke or anything. Nothing at all. You better get you some earplugs and call it a night. Want to go against me now?
No, I agree. I agree. Yeah. No, I mean for real.
Amazing.
No, I always say that unless you have your own place, you gotta go with a lot of stuff. Yeah. You can't, and I mean, I don't care what human, nobody's gonna take it like you. You're gonna put tension in there, and that's all that. You don't want to do that. Just leave it alone.
Mm-hmm. And a man wants to hear.
Yeah, that's right.
I do. And just like a woman wants to hear a man make some noises, a man definitely want to hear a woman make noises. Because then he knows he's in the right spot. Right. So no. And like I said, you could put you listening to it right now because you want to listen to it. You could have been cheap. You could have bought you a bag of earplugs for like $3.99 and put those suckers in your ear. When you see a woman coming in, think, okay, they in. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Now that was a good one. She offered a solution.
There you go.
I'm very proud of you, Lydia.
Thank you.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really do.
Thank you.
That makes a lot of sense. So yes, I think you need to do that. Because I didn't think about that. And I believe that, but there's also too, it makes me think further because I know somebody kind of in that similar situation. I personally feel she may either, because she's celibate, like she said, she's trying to be celibate. So it's hard because, when you try to be celibate after you had something, that's kind of hard. And then you hear everybody doing it, that's just not cool. And, it's just not easy, So she need to get the earplugs, but then sometimes she got these male roommates. Sometimes people be acting funny because they be actually liking somebody. And then if you hear them putting it down, then you're going to be like, well, is it really that good? You be thinking. And sometimes it be more than that because I've actually heard of a situation where people they was living with a whole bunch of people. And then this is a guy, but he was an all guy roommate or whatever, but his girlfriend of the roommate kept acting strange towards him. And I kept telling her, she like you. Even though she with that dude, she like you. And she cause a problem. Then she would get mad if he came home with his woman, be like, but she was there all the time. She was there coming over all the time. This is men living there, but she was there all the time. But when he brought his woman, she all of a sudden started getting attitude. And when it made it to where, he need to move out. That type of stuff. Like that, she caused that much problem. She was just the girlfriend of the roommate. And I had to tell him, she like you. That's what it is. So sometimes it's a deeper thing.
But she shouldn't be liking to me. She shouldn't be liking
that lady. Yes, that one. Yeah,
she got two roommates. She didn't call out one roommate. She called out both roommates. So she called,
and it just means maybe with her, just the fact that she's trying to be celibate, and she mad at getting some, and she ain't.
I mean, she missing it.
Yeah, it's just happening. She having a hard time.
She missing it. I understand.
I think that's the hardest thing to do is to Hey, I gotta tell people when people go, oh, I've been a virgin for such and such, and I'm like, that's cool, because you ain't never had it. When you have it and it's good, I don't just say just have it, but when you had it and it's good, and then you try to stop, that's hard. I think it's hard because when you know how good it can be, and then you try to say, nope, I'm not gonna do this. Just like we were just talking, it's like a drug, you know what I mean? And so that's like a drug addict trying to stop the drug.
Yeah, and it's a hard thing to do.
But
you can't stop everybody else from stopping doing the drugs.
Yeah, that's true. Because you see everybody else already doing the drugs and going to get they hit.
Yeah. And that's what she does. She want everybody to start because she ain't getting that. But it's all right. But yeah, get you some earplugs. Call it a day.
Yeah.
Turn the TV up.
Turn the TV up.
Oh yeah.
Don't be interrupted with the TV.
I
put the earplugs in at night and go to sleep. And find your stomach's comfortable. That's the thing. They got a whole bunch of different ones. So you ain't got to just get the little round ones that don't have no shape to put them in. That might be uncomfortable. Get the ones that fit it in your ear and go to sleep. And call it a night. And you won't know.
We didn't never label this one. The thing, but okay. All right, so you guys, we have another question for you because that was just easy. It looks like because everybody agreed they didn't fight this time.
I know, this is rare.
They
thing
didn't
for
fight.
me and Lauren.
Yeah. So hopefully, because this is another one, and hopefully it makes sense.
Lydia got a bar.
Oh, not this again. I do that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, she ain't trying to share. That's the problem.
She got a bar.
And that's why I got a bar.
Because I act like she didn't need you.
So all she does is she got a collection of liquor. That's it.
She wants you to.
You ain't get none. It's just a collection of liquor.
She wants you to contribute to the collection.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. It's a collectible.
Yeah.
Ooh, people are hating. They're hating over here.
All right, so this says, ladies, this is a long story, but we want you to know all the details. I'm a 22-year-old female. I have a fiance. We have 3 kids. These are 2-year-long CPS case. Here's what's going on. I have a 2-year-long CPS case. So it all started back in 2000, or 2 years ago. I got stressed out, left my 2 kids with my mother, whom I was living with at the time. They had diapers, food, and all that stuff. I had no help while I was staying with her because she didn't visit us. With the mother. And so, since my mom didn't like newborn, we see our kids once a week. CPS threatening to get our kids adopted and terminate our rights. The fiance is working, currently looking hard for.
She gonna think she got all your kids, and you talking about
she got to feed and somebody else. He didn't know. I mean, once